dropped some wisdom on you. That is really great stuff. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, we're about to go to 10 minutes of questions from you guys, so just get your questions ready right now. I want to ask one last question of Gary. You know, one of the things I value with my dad as my manager is the spiritual component. We're in Christian music. He's a Christian manager. He's encouraging me to have content. You know, there's a mission here that he reminds me of very regularly, and I really value that, along with the business expertise. What role do you think you have as a manager in your artist life?
I think the most important thing that I can do is to help the artists that I'm working with stay true to their calling. If the vision and the mission is there, and it's anointed of God, and it's something that's really vital to their livelihood and to their spiritual growth, the best thing that I can do is to help encourage that and to nurture that and to remind them, hey, you write the music, you do what God's called you to do, what He's equipped you to do. Let me deal with the business side of the house, so that you don't get caught up in all the peripheral matters that are going to distract you from really what God's called you to do. So I encourage the folks that I work with, you focus on those things. Stay true to your calling. And if I see them kind of veering off in the other direction or another direction, it's my job to kind of pull the reins in a little bit and say, okay, wait a minute, is that really part and parcel to what you've been called to do? Is that really a part of the vision and the mission God's given you for your life and for your calling?
That's awesome. Awesome.
That's awesome. You can give him a hand. There you are. We're going to go out here and ask you guys some questions. We got a microphone here, and then this is your opportunity to get some advice from some great managers without having to pay a commission for it. So, I don't know. Maybe there's contracts floating around too. So, ask a question. Okay, tell us your name, just who you are, where you're from, and then ask a question. If you want to direct it to a certain person, you can.
Okay. My name's Donnie Denny. I'm from Hereford, North Carolina. And I guess my question, I'm not sure exactly what a manager does, but in the short time I've tried to be in the music business and perform live shows and done stuff for people because I'm 40 years old. I just kind of started in the middle of nowhere. I guess my big question would be, the thing that appealed to me, what you're saying about honesty, I hate to say this, but in the music business, there's a lot of people that will tell you whatever you want to hear as long as you give them some money. I don't know if anybody's experienced that except for me, but having someone to be honest with you and tell you what's working and what's not working would be, is invaluable. But you if you're in a management, most of us I'm self-managing myself, but you as a manager, what would you do? Okay, let's say I was the next Michael W. Smith. I'm not, but let's say I was, and you like what I did. What would be your next step? What could you do for us that we couldn't do for ourselves? Exactly what would you do? How could you help us? What steps would you take? And how much does it cost? I didn't say that. She added that. And as an artist, I came into this thing and I just kind of came in the middle of nowhere. I got to sing in front of 7 million people. Most people don't get that opportunity. You don't know what to expect. You want people to do things for you, but the truth is, I run a multi-million-dollar a year company. The truth is, and I sell it. And I just woke up one day after a year gone by since I'd sang on TV and realized, I sell plumbing, millions of dollars worth of plumbing. At the end of the day, you have to sell yourself as an artist. And what can you do, and what do we need to do as artists to help you do that?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Right.
Loaded.
Very.
Loaded. But if there's anyone up here that's brave enough to tackle such a question.
I got two quick snippets there. Number one, is it Michael W. Smith circa 1982 or Michael W. Smith circa 2011? That would be that'd be the question, because there's two different approaches, obviously.
Yeah, right.
Circa 82. So, and of course, Mike can speak to this directly. But where I always start with, everyone is, where do you want to go? If you look at me and say, where can I go? That's not a question for me to ask.
That's good.
Where do you want to go? Because some artists say, I want to get to this platform, this is what I'm called to. Great. Other people say, I want to get to here for these reasons. Okay, fine, and we'll discuss that. When you decide where you want to go, the rest of it becomes a means to that end. Record deals, booking deal, in my opinion, booking deals, publishing deals, the activities of the manager, all should be designed to get you to that goal and hopefully supersede that goal. But it all comes back to what you bring to the table. I don't think there's any manager alive, if you walked into their office and said, I'm here, here's my record, what do you want me to do, would answer that, or could answer that effectively, in my opinion. So,
For me, this is a hard part because I think your music should register in a manager, somebody that you're going to make introduction to, some kind of a belief that that manager goes, I know what to do, I know how to help you, and this is what we're going to do. And that vision that he begins to, speak to you resonates in your heart, and you're going, I like this. We're on the same page. I like that. But I will tell you, most of the time, and this would be my challenge, that if you feel like I'm out talking to people all the time, trying to get them to listen to our music, and nobody's responding, nothing's happening. I keep talking to new managers, I keep talking to different people, and man, we're working hard. We're doing 2 dates a week, and we're doing all this stuff, and nothing's happening. I would say you're not doing the right music yet. Go back and be incredibly critical about your music to the point of saying something for all of the vision that we want to do, it's not working yet. And somehow we need to go back and start over and scrub the board, and let's start creating more music that somehow, because there's going to come a day, if this is what God wants us to do, that we're going to create music that when we're without us saying it, it's going to draw people in. And it's not going to be something where I have to go out there and spend all my time trying to convince people how good it is. It's going to speak
For itself.
with authority and on its own. So, and I think we spend too much time trying to go out and try to get people to make us into something, as opposed to spending time going, is it even working at all?
Yeah.
And I just encourage you, do not be afraid to be critical with yourself. If you spend more time playing it and people listen and say, yeah, it's really good, but they don't have a vision or get involved and say, here's what I would do, then you need to go home and say, you know what, it's good, but there's a lot of good music. We're trying to do something special, and it's not creating a buzz yet. People are not drawn to it. We need to start over. We need to look at it differently. Find a new producer, collaborate, find something different, because this is not it yet. So that's what I think.
One more part to speak to the heart of what you asked is, as an artist, you can't do your thing and then come find a manager and you go, okay, now you go work for me. I'm going to sit here and see what you do.
Right. That's right.
You have to work together. It's not this thing of going, okay, great, I'm paying you now, I don't want to do anything. You do everything and tell me where to go and tell me what to do and I'll do it. You have to have the mindset and the heart that this is a person who brings a different skill set to it, but you still have your skill set and you're working together to do that thing, not just hand it off and go, I'm watching, you better do good. Another question.
Yeah, hello. All right. My name is Otoniel. I'm from New Jersey. My question actually was more, you guys touched upon having a calling, I guess, finding a specific role in
Speak up.
Sorry, you have having a specific role in the industry. Some people are called to be ministers or do other things. Me, myself, I kind of feel I'm just better at songwriting and producing. So as a songwriter and a producer, do I need a manager? And if so, how